So it seems like Devin Haney and Rolly Romero will be fighting pretty soon.
I hope so.
Okay.
It looks like it. I mean, look at the facts. You know, Rolly has a title. Devin Haney wants another title. You know, these guys, this would be the perfect fight, the perfect match. And plus, I could see Devin Haney, you know, trying to fight Rolly Romero because, you know, Rolly beat Ryan. And, you know, Devin would try to fight Rolly just to say that, you know, he beat the guy who beat the guy. You know, we still want to see Rolly and Ryan Garcia fight. But honestly, we also want to see Devin and Ryan Garcia fight. You know, it's a lot of possibilities with these fights. Me personally, I want to see, you know, Rolly versus, you know, Devin Haney, because I feel like that would be a good fight. You know, I feel like Ryan Garcia and Rolly, you know, I feel like Rolly had Ryan's number, but I feel like Devin Haney would be able to, you know, frustrate Rolly. You know, Rolly do have power. You know, people like to say that Rolly is, you know, kind of a bad boxer, you know, but Rolly does have some type of power. You know, he does have power. You know, people like to play with him and, you know, say he's not a good boxer. But the man has fought wars. The man has fought, you know, and the man has fought in Floyd Mayweather's gym. You know, he if you can make it out of Floyd Mayweather's gym and Floyd Mayweather sign you, you are a good fighter, a good asset. You know, as far as Rolly and Clarissa was trying to pick a fight with Rolly. You know, after she couldn't get her fight with Keith Thurman, now she's going on to Rolly Romero. Apparently, she's trying to pick on the weakest links, I think. But Rolly is not the type of person that Clarissa Shields should want to fight. You know, this girl wants to fight men so much. And I just don't think Clarissa Shields really got, you know, that much, got it all in her mind to want to fight men. I mean, she says she spars men all the time and this and that, but you got to realize, man, these guys are not really throwing their shots as hard as they can. You know, coming from a guy who's been in there, a guy who actually trained with women also. It's a fact, you know, we pull our punches on women. We never, ever, you know, I've never thrown my punch the hardest on a woman. You know, I've always went really light. I was never trying to, like, hurt a woman, you know, and I feel like it's the same for Clarissa Shields and the men that she sparred. You know, Clarissa should try to, you know, maybe she need to go down in weight if she want to fight people who, you know, can give her a better resume. I think her staying at heavyweight is not a good idea. There's not really much fighters, you know, up there that can challenge her. I think she should drop down. She should try to drop down at least so she can get, you know, fights with these other fighters in the smaller weight classes. But you know, for Devin Haney and Rolly Romero, I don't know. I feel like Devin Haney and Rolly Romero, I don't know. I feel like Devin Haney is the better fighter, you know, but Rolly Romero does have more power. You know, it's all going to come down to who has the most heart, you know, who has each other's number. I feel like if Rolly catch Devin with a big, mean, nasty shot, it might be lights out for Devin Haney. I mean, I feel like Rolly hits harder than Ryan, and we all know Devin Haney can't take a shot. You know, if Rolly was to, you know, actually crack Devin Haney, I feel like the ties of the fight would change, you know. But we'll just have to see how this fight goes. I mean, look, you can bet on Devin Haney, but you know, you wouldn't be a fool if you was to bet on Rolly Romero also.
You violate, I'm gonna have to demonstrate. You violate, I'm gonna demonstrate.
Well, stop trying to let flow, but you trying to
steal
quotes and stuff.
You violate, I'm gonna demonstrate, brother. You violate, I'm gonna demonstrate.
I want y'all to play them tapes back.
You already know what I said. You violate and I demonstrate.
I think, me personally, that I am one of the best boxers in the world, male or female. I think it's Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, me. That's it.
What's your curve?
that guy will put anybody to sleep outside the ring.